You're listening to Carolina Forest Panther football on the Carolina Forest Panther Football Network, and it starts right now.
Good evening and welcome to Carolina Forest Panther football here on the Carolina Forest Panther Football Network. Our 5th year on the air, calling all the action for you guys here at Panther Stadium as the Panthers get set to open the 2024 season against a familiar foe to open the season, the West Brunswick Trojans. I'm Brandon Biskobing. I'll be bringing you all the action. And unfortunately, Preston Payne has moved on. He is at Coastal now, graduated last year. So we've had a few Hillmans on the field, and now baby brother Brogan joins me up in the broadcast booth. Brogan, welcome aboard. You've got some big shoes to fill. Are you ready for the 2024 season?
Yes, sir. I am ready for this. Been waiting for the season to get underway, and the day is finally here. As you mentioned, got some brothers playing on the field, but I decided to take a different route.
Yeah, you decided to come upstairs.
Exactly. They got their moments. They got their shine on the field. I decided I'd take a different direction, and I would take it upstairs in the booth.
Yep, sounds good. So we've got 3 storylines for tonight: the good, the bad, and the interesting. The good is that, like I mentioned in the opening, the Panthers have dominated West Brunswick to start off the season the last 3 seasons. So this is a familiar foe that the Panthers are used to, and not to mention West Brunswick has only won a grand total of 2 games in the last 2 seasons. So an easy start for the Panthers tonight.
That's right. Hope to make it 3 straight seasons with a win to start off the season.
4 straight seasons.
Hope to make it 4. Yes, sir.
So that's the good. The bad, though, was last week. In the CMB Kickoff Classic, Panthers once again facing Loris, who they're very familiar with. They seem to face Loris every year in the CMB Kickoff Classic over at Coastal. But this year, they struggled mightily on both sides of the ball. Both Patrick Mullen and Cameron Long both threw interceptions. Cameron Long also fumbled the football, so some poor quarterback play to start off things. And the defense got shredded at times as well in both the rushing game and the passing game. So I know it's just a scrimmage, I know it's just a jamboree, but how much stock do you take in that loss against Loris going into the season?
That's right, especially because we were there Monday, right before the jamboree. We saw the other scrimmage. We saw a really good team running the ball at ease. We saw a good defense, not allowing many movement on the field. And then we get to the jamboree, and we see sort of a different team. Loris was finding gaps in that secondary. They were moving the ball at ease. So I'm going to be very interested to see which team we sort of get tonight. I know Loris was just able to move the ball. They had 2 plays go for over 50 consecutively, pretty much. I think that defense just needs to tighten up a little bit, play our brand of football, and just don't let them move the ball as easily. Don't find those holes in the secondary. I just hope we can do just that.
Yeah, I mean, tonight against West Brunswick, I don't think the Panthers will have any real issues tonight, but it is a cause for concern how easily Loris was able to move the ball against the Panther defense in the jamboree, and especially because, like you mentioned, you were mentioning it to me during the scrimmage. You were thinking, oh, this defense is going to be the strength for this team. A little premature there.
That's right.
And now to the interesting. Like I mentioned, both Cameron Long and Patrick Mullen played in the jamboree, and going into training camp, there was a bit of a quarterback battle going on between the two. officially on the depth chart, Patrick Mullen is listed as QB1, but might we see a bit of a quarterback by committee tonight?
I think we will. I think it's very possible. This is the first time in a while, maybe in the first time ever, we get almost to near kickoff, and there's no lock yet at that position.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole season, every practice leading up to this moment, there's still been uncertainty at that spot. I would not be shocked at all if we saw a quarterback split series this game at all.
And this is the first time that we've seen anything like this at Carolina Forest in a long time. I mean, you have the lineage of quarterbacks that we've had over the last 5 years, going from Mason Garcia to Kyle Watkins to Scott Saylor and then Ethan Hamilton, and now you're not sure who's going to be the starter, and it's going to make things very interesting. The offense in general is going to be a very interesting storyline, especially to start off the season, because basically all of the skill all the skill players are gone. I mean, yeah, you still have Jaron Fox and Christopher Livingston coming back, but Khalil Johnson's gone. Obviously, I mentioned Ethan Hamilton gone. All of the wide receivers, with the exception of Hayden Souls, are gone. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens to this offense now with all those missing pieces. But the good thing is that the offensive line is almost completely intact from last year.
That's right. And those are some big names you mentioned we lost there. Skill position definitely took a big hit, but I think we got some guys that are ready to step up in that spot. As you mentioned, the O-line, very, very solid. We got some tanks on that O-line. Very, very good. I think we'll try to get to run the ball, start off the game, get both quarterbacks comfortable. Whoever's in on that series, just run behind your really good O-line, your skillful running backs. Rely on that run game. I think we'll see that. We'll see that very often, very early out here tonight.
And the key to the offensive line is going to be the right tackle. Normally it's the left tackle, but this year it's the right tackle, Christian Hunn, who has a few Division I offers thus far. He's been offered by Austin Peay, Charleston Southern, and Citadel. No FBS offers yet, but a few decent FCS offers. So he'll be a man to watch this season. Brogan, before the game, well, actually yesterday, had a chance to interview Patrick Mullen. So we will step aside for that interview while the national anthem is played, and then when we return, we will be ready for kickoff here on the Carolina Forest Panthers Football Network.
I'm Brogan Hillman, Carolina Forest broadcaster here with Patrick Mullen, Carolina Forest quarterback. Patrick, week 1 tomorrow. Obviously, a lot of anticipation going into the season. How are you dealing with that?
Honestly, it's been a process. It's January. That's when we start working. That's when we start focusing. When the season ends last year, it was about October, and then we take the month for December to really lift, and then New Year starts, and it's just all new focusing on that new season. So it's been a process since then. So I don't ever really get caught up in thinking about like the specific week or anything. I always keep in mind that we've been working at this for months now. Now it's time to go. So I think the whole team is ready to go, and then Friday we'll be ready, and you guys come see us out there.
That's great. Friday, very excited. West Brunswick.
Yes,
Have
sir.
A good little defensive squad.
Yes, sir.
As a quarterback, how have you been game planning sort of that specific defense and making adjustments?
So every week going into it, you see the same coverages. It's just what plays are our coaches gonna design or draw up or pick to run that week. We haven't really been seeing anything crazy different from what our usual look is. So we're just anticipating to go out there, run our stuff, and just run it at a faster speed than they're ready to play it, and just go out and just take care of business.
That's great. Better offense versus defense.
Yes, sir.
Love to see that. So obviously coming off an injury last year, how have you sort of this offseason come into that, attacking that injury, recovering, just getting back on the field, getting full health, ready for this season?
So really I want to give all credit to our training staff, because when I first tore my ACL, when I first tore it, I wasn't sure if I was going to come back and play, but through just a lot of just our training staff just willing to just make sure I was, in a good headspace and just staying with me, staying consistent with it. A lot of that credit goes to me for just staying consistent with it as well, but But I think a lot of the credit should be on those trainers and the training staff because without them I wouldn't be here. But I just kept one focus, and that focus was that one day I'll be playing again on Fridays, and now we're here. So just through a lot of consistency and determination, just looking at the bigger picture, I've been able to just keep working, and now it's brought us to here, and I'm 100% best I've ever felt. So I'm ready to go.
Absolutely. Very exciting, especially coming back. Senior season, one last ride.
Yes,
What do
sir.
you think leading up to this has been your favorite moment on the field, maybe even off the field here at CF?
To be honest, I think my favorite part we've had so far was in about May, I think it was. Some of the seniors went over to the elementary school, River Oaks Elementary, and we had a day with the little kids, and it just hit me because I remember being a little kid in elementary school and seeing seniors come over, and just thinking about how one day that would be me, and then whenever I went over there, I really realized, now this is our time, and I'm the kids that I am the kids that I used to look up to, and it kind of hit me that we're role models now, and that season's here. It's our time now. It's our time to go make some history. So that's probably my favorite part.
That's great. That's great. Leader mentality right there. I mean,
Yes, sir.
all about the kids, everything. Put the kids first, and put the team first here. Obviously, as the voice, the quarterback of this offense. It's going to be a very exciting season. I'm just ready to see it all unfold. See all the off-season work, preparation.
Yes, sir.
I know speaking in your spot, it's been a long off-season.
Right.
I know some of these guys just ready to go out there, get a chance to play. A lot of these guys, it's their last ride, their last opportunity. Really got something to prove. Is there something you really looking forward to, a specific this season?
I'm just really looking forward to showing everybody around here and everybody who has any doubt or anything like that towards us what we really are. A lot of people think that we did lose a good bit of seniors. A lot of people think that we're just not any kind of the same caliber team that we are. And, I'm just ready to show people what we really are. We've got a good region, a lot of local people around here and stuff like that. I'm ready to show everybody what we're about. Just play.
So, first time, speaking of the region, new alignment, first time in a while playing Myrtle Beach. It's been a couple of years there. That's going to be a very anticipated, I think, a TV matchup. So how are you expecting going into that rivalry sort of game?
So the way I view any kind of rivalry is it's just another team that plays another defense. That's how I view every week. We're going to see a lot of good teams with good quarterbacks, good offensive line, defensive line, all positions. At the end of the day, no matter who's on the field, they're running the same kind of stuff that we practice months and months to prepare for. So going into that one, especially in a rivalry, it's on TV. It's probably going to be a sold-out stadium over there. Pretty sure we play away. That's just one where you just got to stay calm and focus on your stuff and just focus on your job. And we all trust each other to do each other's jobs. I trust my offensive lineman to block. Offensive linemen trust me to make the throw. Receivers trust us to do our jobs. And that's really what it comes down to. Believe in me, brother. And in a rivalry game like that you just got to really remember those things that it's the small things that are going to help you win. Just got to stay calm and just execute. That's it. That's how I'm doing that one.
Absolutely. Very excited. Very excited for the upcoming season. As a whole, very excited to see every game. We'll be in the picture to follow along. The Carolina Forest Football Network, so you don't miss a moment. We'll have cover everything. So make sure you see home and away games. Listen there to the games. And thank you, Patrick.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it. Yes, sir.
That was Brogan's interview with Patrick Mullen, and you mentioned something that we haven't mentioned yet. We've got the Super Beach League finally. No more Sumter. We don't have to travel 2 hours out to Sumter and climb a ladder staircase up to the booth. Instead, we get Myrtle Beach and North Myrtle Beach. Like you mentioned, the Myrtle Beach game. Carolina Forest and Myrtle Beach are the two odds-on favorites to win the region. That game will be on TV, WPDE, but be sure to, when that game comes around, be sure to put the game on the TV, but mute them, listen to us. But yeah, so, Super Beach League's going to be fun this year. As the team is just about ready to get on the field, any final thoughts for this season opener before we get things underway?
Oh, I'm just ready. I know, and I know everyone here is ready. We got all types of people filling in Panther Stadium. You got freshmen that are here for their very first game, Friday Night Lights. You got seniors ready to kick off their very last season as a Panther. You got parents here to support all their kids, whether they're in bands, cheerleading, on the field, no matter what they're doing. But they're all here for one common interest, and that's Panther football. So Friday Night Lights, we can confidently say, is back in full swing, and I could not be more excited.
Indeed, as the Panthers taking a while to run through the screen this evening. And one thing I didn't mention earlier, as I think the Panthers are about ready to take the field. Yeah,
here we go.
Getting the fans ready for the 2024 Panthers coming onto the field.
Very, very excited.
Very
excited. Got a great season ahead of us.
And here they come onto the field for the first time in 2024. But like I was saying, something that one of the other broadcasters in the area recommended to me as a little way for more of the individual fan to support us, if you would like. If you notice down at the bottom right, I've got a QR code on there. If you want to, if you want to help out the broadcast with a few bucks or whatnot, I can give you guys a shout out at halftime. So if you want to scan that QR code. But, 2024 season starting up. It's going to be a fun one. It's going to be, I was thinking about it during the Kickoff Classic. It's crazy to me that this is going to be the 5th year doing this.
That's right.
First year with you, and we're gonna have a fun season.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. Long off season felt like they made us wait forever. We made it.
Yes, we finally made it back to football season once again, and we are just about ready to get things underway here at Panther Stadium. I didn't see who won the toss, but it looks as though the Panthers will receive to start this game off.
See the offense on the field first. Really answer our question of that quarterback battle. Who we see on the field at quarterback?
Well, like we mentioned during the pregame show, there are questions on both sides of the ball. On the offensive side, it's going to be who's going to be the quarterback and how is the new running back situation going to work out itself without Khalil Johnson there. Obviously, Jaron Fox did well last year, as did Christopher Livingston, but still not having that key number one back. Can Jaron Fox fill that void of losing Khalil Johnson? And then the defense, like we were mentioning during the pregame, just are the struggles that they had during the Kickoff Classic, are they going to continue into the regular season, or was that just a little blip?
That's right. And when you lose a guy at the caliber of Khalil Johnson, that's always a big hit.
Yeah.
But I believe when we got this 1-2 back, we got Jaron Fox, the elusive speed guy, got Chris, the power back, Chris Livingston. He'll run through a wall. So it'll be very fun, very interesting. Get that ball on the ground, start off. Expect to see a lot of runs here on this first drive.
Joseph Hamrick gets set to kick it off for West Brunswick, and the 2024 football season is underway. It's a squib kick fielded at the 20-yard line, taken and being held up at around the 30-yard line, and that's where the Panthers will start on offense. And here comes the question, who comes out to start at quarterback for the Panthers?
Your Panthers will take over 1st and 10 from the 30-yard line.
Appears we do got Patrick Mullen on the field, so it'll be very interesting to see how they want to maneuver this drive, how they want to call it up.
So Patrick Mullen will start at quarterback, which was expected. Shotgun set, 2 wide on the near side for the Panthers, starting at their own 30-yard line. Mullen takes the snap, hands it off to Fox. Fox gets a lane, and he's gets wrapped up from behind, but not before he gets a 25-yard carry and gets the Panthers into Trojan territory on the first play of the 2024 season.
And that's exactly what the type of running back Jaron Fox is.
And that'll be a Tony McAfee State Farm Carolina Forest first down. Forgot to mention that kickoff just a little while ago was presented by Jennifer Mullen, Patrick's mom, with Realty One Group, Dockside. Another handoff, and this time Fox gets a gain of around 9.
That's number 28, Jaron Fox again, tackled by number 17, Cyrus Gregory, and number 5, Trey Evans.
Actually, they'll give him the first down, so there'll be another Tony McAfee State Farm Carolina Forest first down.
Feels good saying that again, folks.
Shotgun set, 2 wide on the far side. Mullen takes the snap, hands it off to Fox again. Fox gets a hold. Oh, no, that's actually Livingston this time, and he'll get taken down after a gain of about 10. And they're going to mark him just short, so it'll be 2nd and inches. Ball on the 22-yard line. 23-yard line.
And they are doing just that. 3 straight plays, 3 straight runs, moving the ball right down the field in command all the way down to the 21-yard line.
Shotgun set, 2 wide on the far side. Once again, hands it off, tries to bounce to the outside, but this time a phalanx of Trojans takes Livingston down after a loss of 1, and they'll make it a 3rd and 2.
First third down attempt of the season coming up.
3rd and 2.
So, I mean, we kind of talked about it earlier, but, you know, especially with Patrick Mullen behind center for the Panthers, is this going to be more of a prototypical Mark Morris offense? It certainly seems like it thus far, as they hand it off to Livingston. Oh, no, that's actually Jaron Fox. And he'll get taken down at the 20-yard line after a gain of 3, and that'll be another Tony McAfee State Farm Carolina Forest first down.
Ball down to the 20-yard line, and it's another Carolina Forest High School.
And that's right. I think we're going to see this Mark Morris offense, ground and pound, more run. I would not be shocked if we saw more passing this season. A little more. We know Patrick can spin it. He stands tall in the pocket, and he delivers a nice ball.
Shotgun set, 1 wide on either side. They'll hand it off to Fox again, and he'll try to plow forward before getting held up by a phalanx of Trojans. And actually, that was Javier Higgins, the number 3 back on the depth chart, getting a gain of 3. So it'll be 2nd and 7 from the 17-yard line. Actually, make that 2nd and 8 from the 18.
Panthers have done a great job this series of just getting down all the way into the red zone. Only took them 5 plays.
Just that old Hank Scram, matriculate the ball down the field. Shotgun set, 2 wide on either side. Play action pass this time, throwing it into the end zone, and it's incomplete. Trying to get it to Hayden Souls, and just out of the reach of Souls. Good post route, though, by Souls, and he was there. He was open. Well, he had maybe 1 or 2 defenders around him, but if it was an on-target ball, he would have caught it.
Yeah, had some pressure lurking there, just could not haul it in.
Heard those footsteps, and
that's right.
Couldn't quite haul the ball in. Shotgun set, 2 wide on the near side along with the H-back. This time they'll hand – oh, no, Mullen keeps it himself. He's got a free lane, and he gets taken down at the 5-yard line. But that'll be another Tony McAfee – oh, no, it will be another Tony McAfee State Farm Carolina Forest first down, and it will be 1st and goal from the 6. They'll actually mark him down at the 6.
See that read option that got West Brunswick to fight after running the dive often.
And this time they'll run a read. Oh, no, this time they will hand it off to Fox, and Fox will get taken down right at the 1-yard line. Oh, no, Oh, well, okay. The far side official was marking him down at the 1, but then the near side official was saying touchdown. So we'll wait for confirmation. Refs are discussing things. And I think they're giving it to him. Waiting on an official confirmation from the referee. Mark Morris is out on the field talking to the ref about the call. Still haven't seen an official indication from the ref. It looks...
Well, it looks like they took
Yeah,
that
yeah,
touchdown
looks
back,
like it's
even
going
though
to
it was signaled on
be
the far
short.
side.
So with 8.5 minutes left to go in the first quarter, Panthers are on the doorstep of their first points of the 2024 season.
Around the goal line, folks.
It'll be 2nd and goal from the 1-yard line. They'll hand it off, and Fox gets held up, and he might have lost a yard. Yes, he did.
Was a tackle
Be
by
very
number
interested to
66,
see what the
Jerry
call
Miller.
is here after 2 runs. Don't
Maybe
break
go
the goal
another play-action pass like they did before. I mean, if it's on target this time, it's an easy touchdown.
That's right, and that's exactly what this offense is built around. They were watching the run, and Hayden ran right by him.
Shotgun set, 1 wide on either side. They'll go heavy, so I'm assuming it's going to be a run, and it is. This time, Livingston is able to plow his way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And that's what Chris is here for. I mean, you just give him the ball. Earlier we mentioned he can run through a wall. He just goes straight at that D-line, puts his nose down, and gets in the end zone.
Absolutely. So with 7:56 left to go in the first quarter, the Panthers put the first points of the 2024 season up on the board, and they lead West Brunswick 6-0. Kian Jan comes out to kick the extra point. First time we've seen a different kicker for the Panthers for a while, as J.J. Chaddick was the man kicking the ball for the past 3 seasons, actually the past 4 seasons, and John puts it in for his first points of his career with the extra point, and with 7:56 left, it's 7-0 Panthers. We'll take a quick break and come right back with more Carolina Forest Panther football action.
Switching is easy. We do it all the time. We switch on the lights. We switch TV channels. Some of us switch partners while square dancing. Well, that's a stretch. But what's not a stretch is how you can switch and save with State Farm. In fact, State Farm agent Tony McAfee, right here in Carolina Forest, can switch you over so you can start saving today. Tony and his team are ready to welcome you to the State Farm neighborhood. With Tony McAfee, it's easy to switch and save. Just give him a call. When you want the real deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Panther defense, first time out on the field upcoming as Jan gets ready to kick it off. He will boot it short, fielded at the 17-yard line by West Brunswick, going down the far side sideline, trying to find a seam, but getting taken down at the 30-yard line is Tim Collis-Miller.
Tackled by number 4, Charles McCray.
And that's where West Brunswick will start on offense.
I'm very interested to see how this defense is going to come out and play.
Ball looks to be on the
Yeah,
30-yard
I mean, like we were talking about, especially after what happened during the Kickoff Classic where Loris was able to just find open lanes all over the place, they're going to want to show that that was just a fluke. Shotgun set, 2 wide on the far side for West Brunswick. They'll hand it off, trying to find a lane, almost getting tripped up, but able to push forward and get a gain of 8
by number 20,
is
Barzell Stanley.
number 20, Marzell Stanley.
Tackled by number 8, Carson Quant.
And
number
that
52, Jaden Heath.
some rough tackling to start off the game for Carolina Forest.
Ball's on
And
the
that's great balance there by him to stay up, be able to push the ball down the field. Got the balance of a ballerina right there.
Shotgun set, 2 wide on the far side. They'll hand it off. Oh, no. Yeah, they will hand it off once again, getting the first down and more before a prowl of Panthers takes him down. I believe that was Stanley again. Yes, it was. And that'll be a first down for West Brunswick.
And number 23, Ethan Gardner. That's enough for a first down for the Trojans.
First and 10, ball on the 42-yard line with just under 7 minutes left to go in the first quarter. Panthers up 7-0. Shotgun set, 2 wide on the near side. They'll hand it off again to Stanley. Stanley tries to find a lane and is able to get a gain of 5. Actually, they'll only give him 3. So it'll be 2nd and 7, ball on the 45-yard line of West Brunswick.
Seems they're playing a very similar style of offense, just ground and pound so far to start it out. Really relying on that run game to start off the season, just getting the groove, getting the rhythm.
Shotgun set, 2 wide on the far side. They'll hand it off once again to Stanley, and this time he was not able to get through the hole and only gets a gain of 1. That'll make it 3rd and 6. And, I mean, it's not really that surprising, especially for a smaller school like West Brunswick. They're 3A in North Carolina. Not very surprising to see them primarily run the ball.
That's right.
Shotgun set, 2 wide on the far side. Snap, they'll go speed option, trying to keep it himself and getting blown up behind the line of scrimmage is the quarterback Josiah Borden. Interesting, I just noticed that Josiah Borden is the quarterback. The depth chart that we got by West Brunswick head coach Shane Handy had Christian Williams as the starting quarterback. So not sure if that was a last-minute change or if there's an injury or what, but Josiah Borden is out there, and he got waylaid for a loss of 2 on that play, and it'll be 4th and 9, and it looks like West Brunswick will punt it away. A low snap. Panthers almost got to it, and it'll be a low kick. The Panthers will let it roll. It takes a Panther bounce and is downed at the 27-yard line for Carolina Forest. So the Panthers defense gives up 1 first down, but then is able to hold the Trojans, and the offense for Carolina Forest comes back out once more. Good start.
That's right. And that's the type of defense I want to see right there. Darius played that very well. Whole defense was on that. That read option was not going anywhere from the start. Played that very well.
Patrick Mullen out there once again. And a timeout is called.
Timeout on the field. We would like to thank
Timeout on the field, so we'll take a quick break and come right back. 4.5 minutes left to go in the first quarter. 7-0 Panthers here on the Carolina Forest Panther Football Network.
Jennifer Mullen with Realty One Group Dockside is a 31-year resident with 18 years of experience representing both buyers and sellers. Jennifer has extensive knowledge of the Grand Strand real estate market and especially the Carolina Forest area. If you're ready to kick off your home search, contact Jennifer Mullen at yourcoastalrealtor.com. Again, that's Jennifer Mullen at www.yourcoastalrealtor.com.
Welcome back as the Panthers get their second opportunity on offense. And they look to do more of what they did on the first drive of the game. Just matriculate the ball down the field with the running game and score a touchdown that way. And I think they can do it.
That's right. I do think we're going to see much of the same here on this drive.
Yeah.
Just ground and pound, run the ball, got you all the way down the field in 5 or 6 plays and punch into the end zone.
For those of you who are used to Panther football and know the history, this is going to be very much like the 2020 team, I feel, where it's just going to be run all day. Shotgun set, 2 wide on the near side. They'll hand it off on the sweep to Fox, and Fox gets a lane before getting pushed out of bounds at the 41-yard line. And it'll be a 14-yard carry and another Tony McAfee State Farm Carolina Forest first down. And, yeah, the running game's going to work. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
That's exactly right. He hits that speed. He gets that excel all the way to the sideline, and he just turns up, gets a nice gain of 14 out there, pushed out at the 41-yard line.
Shotgun set, 2 wide on the far side this time, as well as the H-back. Mullen takes the snap, hands it off to Fox. Fox this time goes inside, tries to find a lane, but nothing there. He does get a gain of 5, however. So it'll be 2nd and 5. There is a flag, however.
Picked him up and body slammed him after the run. That'll be nice for us. Cannot do that. That's
yeah, so that'll be more than likely a personal foul on West Brunswick, which will push the ball even further up the field.
What's going to go against the Trojans?
And they book them on just that.
And that'll move the ball all the way up
Which will take us into Trojan territory.
To the
38-yard
Trojan 38-yard line.
For the Panthers.
So already the Panthers in Trojan territory. Shotgun set, 2 wide on the far side for the Panthers. Mullen takes the snap, throws it near side, it's caught, and that'll be close to the first down marker. Raheem Frazier gets his first catch of his career. And that will be good for a gain of 9, just short of the first down marker. And it'll be a 2nd and 1. Mullen takes the snap. This time hands it off to Livingston. Livingston tries to find a lane. He will get the first down. And that'll be another Tony McAfee State Farm Carolina Forest first down. And he'll get down to the 21-yard line.
And that was a very angry run. That's what Chris is known for, just putting his head down again and just running.
Well, that's going to be the style this season. It's going to be that fire and ice combination. The fire and the speed of Fox and then the power of Livingston. Screen pass is caught on the far side. Clay Ankowitz makes the catch, and he'll get a gain of 7. That'll make it 2nd and 3. Ball on the 14-yard line. Panthers in the red zone once again. Shotgun set, 2 wide on the near side. Mullen takes a snap, runs speed option, pitches it out to Fox. Fox finds a lane, and he breaks 1 tackle and dives into the end zone for the touchdown. Jaron Fox just using both his speed and power to get into the end zone and extend the lead. There is a flag, however, on the play. This may be coming back for a holding call.
And that's a shame. That was a beautiful run.
Just a nice little sweep run for Fox. Again, that speed, and it will be a holding call on the Panthers. So that'll negate the touchdown, take those 6 points off the board. And that'll push the Panthers back to the 19-yard line. 2.5 minutes left to go in the first quarter. Panthers leading 7-0.
Would it be 2nd and 8?
And I'd just go right back to that play.
Absolutely.
You know, it worked. Yeah, you're a little further out, but Shotgun set, 2 wide on the near side. They'll go play action pass. Mullen rolls out, passes it toward the end zone, but overthrows his receiver. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 8.
I think just glad to get that one out of his hands.
Yeah, some pressure was definitely coming by the Trojans. Shotgun set, 1 wide on either side. Snap, hands it off to Fox. Fox tries to go inside, carries a couple of defenders down to the 13-yard line. And that'll bring up a 4th and 1. And knowing Mark Morris, I'm guessing we're not going to be seeing Jabron Jan.
I think we're going to see an
rather.
aggressive type play here. I would be surprised if he didn't just run it right up the gut.
The offense is still on the field, and a timeout is go. No, they're going to call an encroachment on West Brunswick, so they didn't even need to run a play.
That's right. There we go.
Draw the defense off sides and get the first down that way.
Got the jump.
So that'll move the ball down to the 8-yard line. 1st and goal for the Panthers. Shotgun set, 1 wide on either side. And whistles are blown, and I think this one is going back to the original spot.
There's some confusion.
This one's probably going back.
Seems we got them to jump. We might have jumped now, too.
Yeah, get them to jump the first time, but then you jump yourself on the second try. Oh, no, they're actually going to call another offside. So that'll move the ball up to the 3-yard line.
Well, that's a lot better.
Yes.
Get them to jump twice.
Yes. Make that the 4-yard line. So it'll be 1st and goal. Minute 45 left to go in the first quarter. Shotgun set, 1 wide on either side. They'll hand it off to Fox. Fox will just plow his way, and they will say he is held up at the 1-yard line again. 2 straight drives where Jaron Fox just tries to get it in and gets held up just short of the end zone.
Going to see here, I would be surprised if we didn't see Chris Livingston called in here. Just do exactly what he did last drive.
Well, because that's the dynamic this season is he's the Iceman. He's the power back.
And so far this dynamic has looked very nice.
And we do have a Livingston sighting. Shotgun set, 1 wide on either side, and that's exactly what they do. Just hand it off to Chris Livingston, open a few holes, and score the touchdown.
There you go.
Very, very simple formula.
1 quarter, 2 touchdowns. He'll take that. That's great.
So now with a minute left to go in the first quarter, it's already 13-0, Panthers leading. And, I mean, yeah, it's West Brunswick, but looking good so far.
It's nice to get back in that rhythm, especially after that kickoff classic. Here where it really matters, week 1, get in the end zone 2 times. We like that.
The snap, the kick by Jan is no good. No good. Hit the upright. Just a little too low. And so it'll be 13-0 with a minute left to go in the first quarter. We'll take a quick break, come right back with more Carolina Forest Panther football action.
Switching is easy. We do it all the time. We switch on the lights. We switch TV channels. Some of us switch partners while square dancing. Well, that's a stretch. But what's not a stretch is how you can switch and save with State Farm. In fact, State Farm agent Tony McAfee, right here in Carolina Forest, can switch you over so you can start saving today. Tony and his team are ready to welcome you to the State Farm neighborhood. With Tony McAfee, it's easy to switch and save. Just give him a call. When you want the real deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
So, almost through the first quarter of the first game of the 2024 season. Thoughts thus far?
I like the run game. Run game's very good, very efficient. This is much like the first scrimmage we had.
Kick is fielded at the 10-yard line, breaking through the defense and getting all the way up to the 42-yard line is Collis Miller. And that was a good return right there. And it gives West Brunswick some decent field position to start off this second drive.
Puts the ball on the 42-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Trojans.
Found his lane and took full advantage of it. Took it all the way down to the 42. That's right. They have great starting field position on this drive.
So the Panthers will look to contain this drive after the good kickoff return. High snap, hands it off, and getting blown up in the backfield is Marzell Stanley.
And swamped by number 18,
And
A.J.
A.J. Palmer, who has moved this season from defensive end to nose tackle, got right through the center, Sean Brown, and was able to blow up Stanley in the backfield for a loss of 3.
Just got off his block, got in the backfield, and made a great play. Very, very strong. That's very playing to his style right there.
Shotgun set, 2 wide on the near side. They'll hand it off. It's on the ground. And it looks like Stanley was able to fall onto it after losing the handle. I'm not sure miscommunication or what happened there, but Stanley was not ready for the handoff. And the Panthers were close to getting a turnover, but it's another loss of 5 this time, and they'll make it 3rd and 18 as we head to the second quarter. They'll end the first quarter 13-0, Panthers in the lead here on the Carolina Forest Panther Football Network.
Jennifer Mullen with Realty One Group Dockside is a 31-year resident with 18 years of experience representing both buyers and sellers. Jennifer has extensive knowledge of the Grand Strand real estate market and especially the Carolina Forest area. If you're ready to kick off your home search, contact Jennifer Mullen at yourcoastalrealtor.com. Again, that's Jennifer Mullen at www.yourcoastalrealtor.com.
Start of the second quarter coming up with the Panthers leading the West Brunswick Trojans 13-0. And, I mean, we talked about it before. Yes, it's West Brunswick, but still a good sign that the Panthers start this game off strong and basically put what happened last week to bed and focus on the games that actually matter now.
That's right. That's right. There is life in this defense. There is life in this run game. There is life in this stadium. A wonderful first quarter, and that's a great way to start off this season.
Absolutely. So it'll be 3rd and about from here to West Brunswick on the 3rd down. And the ball's on the ground again, and this time the Panthers come up with it. Coming out, Carson Quant comes up with the recovery after Josiah Borden stepped up into the pocket, was looking to run the ball himself after a play-action pass, but the defense is able to knock it out of his hand. Not very good ball security. Kind of had the ball just out as he was running, and a Panther came from behind, knocked it out of his hand, and Carson Quant comes up with the recovery, and the Panthers have the ball in Trojan territory to start their 3rd drive, looking to expand on their lead. Shotgun set, 1 wide on either side. Mullen takes a snap, he'll throw deep, and it is just out of the reach of Hayden Souls, but there is a flag. This may be a pass interference on West Brunswick.
Looked like he was running that fade route down the sideline, got cut up in his man. We're going to see if that DB threw himself in front, sort of obstructed his route, or if it was just not able to get there in time. We'll see what the call is.
Waiting on the officials to make their call. Still waiting on an official decision. Now the ref, after talking to the West Brunswick coach, looks like now he's talking to one of the officials. Still no signal yet. I don't know what they could be uncertain of. And now looks like he was about to make a holding call reference.
Looks like that one went against the Panthers.
Oh no, it's going to be against the Panthers. Looks like, yeah, I think it's going to be a holding call on Carolina Forest.
First and 20.
So that'll push the Panthers back to their own 46-yard line, and it'll be 1st and 20.
See what type of play call we get dialed up here first and forever, but we gotta think we know what's coming.
I mean, even though he has yet to complete a pass, there have been some pretty good balls thrown by Patrick Mullen thus far. So with a 1st and 20, maybe you do go to the air again and see what happens. They're certainly in a passing formation. Shotgun set 3 wide on the near side. Mullen takes the snap, play action, screen passes, caught by Ward, and he tries to break a tackle and is taken down at the 45-yard line. A nice little screen pass to Quabon Ward, who is listed as a wide receiver this year. Was a running back last year, but has moved out into the wide receiver position this season. And I think that really shows the limited amount of receivers that the Panthers have this season.
That's right. It's definitely a weaker spot on the roster, but there's still some guys that can ball there at receiver.
Shotgun set, they'll hand it off, and trying to plow forward is Tristan Green, the number 4 back on the depth chart. Gets a carry and gets a few yards, and that'll make it 3rd and 7.
Ball's on the 42-yard line. 3rd down.
Shotgun set, 2 wide on the near side. Snap, hands it off. This time it's Fox. Fox finds the lane and gets tripped up, but he's still on his feet. And oh no, actually that's Green again. And this time he gets a big gain before finally being taken down at the 12-yard line. And that'll be another Tony McAfee State Farm Carolina Forest 1st down. All the backs are getting involved tonight.
That's right. I was just about to mention that's the 4th back that has touched this ball tonight, and that's the 4th back that's had an explosive run like that. Very, very good look on this dynamic running game.
And we talked about it during the preseason. Shotgun set, 1 wide on either side. Low snap, throws a... Oh no, it's intercepted. Going down the sideline, still on his feet. Still going, and finally getting pushed out of bounds at the Carolina Forest 45-yard line is Garrett Powell. And that was just, it was a slant route on the far side, and Powell just saw it right away and jumped the pass.
That's a great read there.
Yeah.
From that spot, coming up and just making a play.
But we were talking about it during the preseason that, yeah, this offense is basically going to be running back by committee without that true number 1 back like Khalil Johnson, and we're seeing it tonight.
That's exactly right. We're seeing just that. 4 backs have touched the ball tonight, and it's been great gains every time we see a running back get on that field and touch the ball.
But that play right there is a little worrisome. That pass right there. But I'm sure Patrick will come back from that one. They'll hand it off and trying to get through the hole, but having nowhere to go is Marzell Stanley. Interesting. I mean, yes, I know with smaller schools they kind of use everyone, but Marzell Stanley was listed as the number 5 running back on the depth chart coming into this game, but he's been getting all the carries thus far tonight. So it'll be 2nd and 11. They'll say he lost a yard on that carry. High snap, getting some pressure and throwing it up, and this one will be intercepted by the Panthers. He's got a wide open lane, one man in front of him, and then gets taken down at the 24-yard line.
That's number 42,
Jared Serrato gets the interception, and
fair play.
yeah, I mean,
Get it right back. There
Yeah.
you go. Make up for it. Jump that route. Exact same thing that happened last time. Just got there. Great run. Return all the way back to the 24-yard line.
so the Panthers, after turning the ball over themselves on the last drive, they get a turnover on defense, and they're in prime field position to score once again. Shotgun set, 2 wide on the far side. Mullen hands it off. Fox tries to bounce it to the outside, but gets held up. Is able to get a gain of 2, but Fox smartly saw that there was nothing in the middle, nothing on the inside, so he tried to bounce it outside, but there were Trojans all over him.
That's right. Just improvise, bounce out to the left. Didn't see anything there. Take a gain of 2. We'll take that.
Yeah.
Move the ball some more.
Shotgun set, 2 wide on the near side. Mullen takes a snap, speed option. He'll keep it himself, and nowhere to go. That one was read perfectly by the West Brunswick defense, and he just gets back to the line. So it'll be a 3rd and 8. 8.5 minutes left to go in the first half. Panthers leading it 13-0. Shotgun set, 1 wide on either side. H-back on the far side. Mullen hands it off to Fox. Fox finds the lane, and he will be close to the first down marker, and he gets more than the first down. That'll be a Tony McAfee State Farm Carolina Forest first down. Ball is taken down to the 12-yard line. And even when the running game gets stopped, after a while, it's just the running game's just too much. Eventually, they find the hole. They'll hand it off again to Fox, and he'll get stood up after a gain of 6. Make that 4, actually. 5. We'll say 5.
We'll put it in the middle.
Yeah, put it in the middle. And it'll be 2nd and 5. Oh, actually, they'll say 4. 2nd and 6. Somewhere in that range. Panthers in the red zone once again. Shotgun set, 1 wide on either side. Snap, hands it off to Livingston. Livingston gets held up. He was just able to get back to the line of scrimmage. And they'll make it a 3rd and 5.
But you're absolutely right with this running game. Even if it seems at times they start to slip, maybe they get read really well, they still bounce back and they have a nice break, a nice run that gets their momentum right back.
Yeah,
and they find their flow.
they'll have 1 or 2 runs where it's like, oh, is West Brunswick starting to catch on, and then they'll break a big one. Shotgun set, 1 wide on either side. Mullen takes the snap, play action pass, lofts it up into the end zone, and it is caught in the end zone. No signal yet.
That was a nice one-handed grab.
And I believe they did call the touchdown.
Beautiful one-handed snag there from Clay. Put one hand out and just reeled it in back right corner of the end zone, and that's just a thing of beauty right there on that connection.
Quavon Ward with the catch for the touchdown, and that'll make it 19-0. Panthers in the lead with under 7 minutes left to go, and the kick by Jan is up and good, and that'll make it 20-0. So we'll take a quick break. 6:51 left to go in the half. Panthers in the lead, 20-0 here on the Carolina Forest Panther Football Network.
Switching is easy. We do it all the time. We switch on the lights. We switch TV channels. Some of us switch partners while square dancing. Well, that's a stretch. But what's not a stretch is how you can switch and save with State Farm. In fact, State Farm agent Tony McAfee, right here in Carolina Forest, can switch you over so you can start saving today. Tony and his team are ready to welcome you to the State Farm neighborhood. With Tony McAfee, it's easy to switch and save. Just give him a call. When you want the real deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Time for another kickoff, sponsored by Spikes Toyota.
Time for another Jennifer Mullen with Realty One Group Dockside kickoff.
Don't forget, folks.
And the
if you
Panthers
want to support the band has a fundraiser. Head on over to that blue tent and sign up to VJ
just doing whatever they want against this West Brunswick defense, and this is exactly what you wanted to see as a Panther fan.
It's beautiful. Moving the ball at ease, just doing their thing. Think now, get your young guys, start thinking about getting your young guys in, getting them in-game experience, playing in front of this crowd. And
Well, that's an interesting question that you just brought up. How long? Obviously, at this point, I think you play the starters at least until the end of the half. But if you're up, say, let's say they score another touchdown and you're up 27-0 or 26-0, do you then think about putting in the second string in the second half, both to save your starters for further down the line and also to give those second string guys some extra playing time?
in my mind, if CF tacks on another touchdown here before the end of the half, I would be shocked if we didn't see Cam out there to start off the second half.
Yeah. Who we have not seen. So clearly Patrick Mullen is the number one quarterback for this season, as that ball is kicked down to the 19-yard line, taken in, and finding a bit of a hole.
Number 2,
Kevon Griffin carrying that ball on the kick return. And I know it's a bit premature, especially with what we talked about just now, potentially bringing in the number 2 guys. But when do we start talking about top 10 biggest blowouts for the Panthers?
I think that's definitely in contention. The way this offense is moving and this defense is making plays.
Because the number 10 of all time is plus 40.
And I think that's
back
very
in 2011 against Luggefelden.
That's a keeper by number 1, Josiah.
As Josiah Boren keeps it and gets a gain of 1 on their first play. 2nd and 9.
Gain of a yard, 2nd and 9. Ball's on the 31-yard line.
Shotgun set. 2 wide on the near side. Borden takes the snap. 3-step drop. Throws it deep, and it is incomplete over the head of the intended receiver.
Had Ethan Gardner there on that right side running step for step with him. That's great coverage there on that right side.
Indeed.
Number 23, Ethan Gardner on defense. Ball falls incomplete. 3rd and 7. Make that 3rd and 8.
So it'll be a 3rd and 8.
See, here it'll be interesting to see if they go right back to the air.
I mean, at this point, yes, you threw an interception on the last drive, but down by 20, you don't really have much to lose at this point.
That's right. You got to get that ball down there, and you got to do it fast if you're this West Brunswick squad. You're losing momentum, and you are losing it at a high rate.
And you're also losing time with only 6 minutes left to go in the first half.
That's right.
Something you rarely see in high school football, a huddle.
That's right. I thought we were about to see a stoppage.
Shotgun set, 1 wide on either side. And whistles are blown.
Looks like we got that tight end on the left side in that package to jump.
Yep.
Drawn back even
Indeed,
further.
it's going to be a false start on the Trojans, so that'll just push them back even further. And I would argue makes the likelihood of this being a pass even higher.
And I would agree with you on that.
27. So it'll be 3rd and 13. Shotgun set, 2 wide on the near side. Borden takes the snap, 2-step drop, looks down the middle of the field, and just out of the reach of number 9, Eden Romero. There is a flag, however. That was a decently thrown ball, just a bit out of the reach of Romero, who tried to reach out for it, but just couldn't hang on.
And that's right. And very thankful for that, too, because if that had been a little bit of a better ball, he had some running room there, too.
There was a defender pretty close, though, so I don't think he might have gotten maybe 1 or 2 yards after the catch. But the flag is against West Brunswick, but you'd have to imagine the Panthers are going to decline this with it being 3rd down.
Looks like a 3rd and about 23.
Oh, they actually accepted it. I'm surprised at that.
Interested to see if we want to try to bury him even more, send
I
the
guess.
house here, and pin him up. It seems moving the ball up, maybe he did decline it.
Yeah,
I was just going
to say, that didn't make much sense to be accepting that penalty and not just go to the 4th down.
Which brings up a 4th down.
So there you go. Yeah. 4th down here. You got to imagine they're going to punt, pin back, deep in their own territory.
Yeah, because you do not want to give this dynamic Panther offense the ball at your 27-yard line.
That would not be good.
And they are going to punt it. So Hamrick comes out to kick it away. Almost got to it. And it's a high kick. The Panthers will let it bounce. And it will take a West Brunswick bounce going all the way down to the 29-yard line for the Panthers. So with 5:45 left to go in the first half, Panthers get a chance to pad this 20-point lead.
And this will draw the question you had earlier about the biggest win margin, talking blowouts.
Oh, yeah.
Put one in the end zone here. This is very much in contention.
Oh, definitely, because if you're up 27 before the half, that definitely puts you in contention. And Panthers are not as the Panthers get set on offense. The snap, hands it off. Jaron Livingston gets blown up in the backfield. He'll lose 5 yards on that carry, so that'll make it a 2nd and 15 on the 40-yard line. The Panthers are not a stranger to dominating against West Brunswick, scoring 70 points in their first matchup ever back in 2021, tying the school record for most points scored. That ball is thrown high over the head of a wide open Frazier. And that kind of throw makes me wonder that, this is going to be a Mark Morris run 90% of the time type offense this season.
That's right, and I can definitely agree with you on that. I could see just coming out, especially after the way they've ran the ball this first half at ease. I'd be very surprised if they switch it up any more than that.
Shotgun set, 2 wide on either side. Mullen, this time he'll pass it again, throws it down the middle, and it's caught on a slant route by Frazier again. This time he is able to catch it, and they'll get the Panthers down to the West Brunswick 45-yard line. That is enough for a Tony McAfee State Farm Carolina Forest first down with just under 5 minutes left to go in the first half. And one thing related to what we talked about during the first scrimmage with the defense, talking about the history between these two programs, as it'll be shotgun set, 1 wide on either side. They'll hand it off. Fox tries to find a lane, but he'll get held up. Will push the pile for a gain of 4. So a good job by Fox right there after it looked, or actually that was Livingston, after looking like there was nowhere to go, being able to just follow his blockers and push the pile forward to get a gain of 4. But as I was mentioning, with 4 minutes left to go in the first half, the Panthers, yes, they've done very well offensively against West Brunswick, but in all of their 3 previous matchups, as there will be a screen pass out, caught by Ward, and he'll go down the far sideline before getting pushed out of bounds at the 5-yard line. Quavon Ward with a great screen pass run after catch. And that'll be another Tony McAfee State Farm Carolina Forest first down. And once again, the Panthers are in scoring position. But like I was saying, the Panthers in each of the last 3 matchups against West Brunswick have given up at least 20 points. So the defense is actually doing much better this season than they have in years past, at least against West Brunswick. So that's a good sign on the defensive front.
That's a very good sign.
And the Panthers score yet again on a 5-yard run by Christopher Livingston. And the Panthers extend their lead out to 26.
And he is putting on a show tonight. 3rd touchdown of the night. 3rd touchdown of the first half.
Yeah.
And sort of that fire and ice dynamic we were discussing earlier.
Yeah, exactly.
Is on full display.
Yeah, Livingston is that, power goal line back. And he's showing it tonight, getting 3 touchdowns already. And now, especially now, presuming that that Jan is able to make the extra point. Now, and there's still 3.5 minutes left to go in the first half. If you get a 3 and out, do you try to go for a 2-minute drill and score another touchdown before halftime?
I think you do. I think you put as many points on the first half as you can.
The extra point is up and good. And that will extend the lead out to, should be 27.
And with 3 minutes, 37 seconds left in half, the Panthers are ahead 28-0.
I thought it was 27 because one of the extra points was missed. But
I believe it is 27.
Yeah. So it's 27-0. Panthers in the lead. And we'll take a quick break and come right back with more Carolina Forest Panther Football Network.
Jennifer Mullen with Realty One Group Dockside is a 31-year resident with 18 years of experience representing both buyers and sellers. Jennifer has extensive knowledge of the Grand Strand real estate market and especially the Carolina Forest area. If you're ready to kick off your home search, contact Jennifer Mullen at yourcoastalrealtor.com. Again, that's Jennifer Mullen at www.yourcoastalrealtor.com.
Panthers just continuing their dominance, up 27-0 with 3.5 minutes left to go in the first half. The kick is a short one, fielded at the 15-yard line, trying to find a lane and getting taken down at the 33-yard line is Griffin. And, like we talked about before we went to break, get a 3 and out here, put another touchdown up on the board, you go into halftime up 33-0.
That's puts you right on the doorstep of that top 10 list.
And like we were talking about earlier, do you then kind of say, okay, let's bring in the backups for the second half? Shotgun set, 3 wide on the near side for West Brunswick. Low snap, play action pass, screen pass is caught, but nowhere to go as a prowl of Panthers is right there to take Hamrick down. He is able to get a gain of 5, however.
Tackled by number 7, Brody Bailey, and number 9, Xavion Williams.
Bailey and wins the primary tacklers.
And I think going back to that discussion of if you put another touchdown on the board, I think you should pad it up a little bit, let those young guys go out and ball a little bit, give them some extra security.
Yeah. Shotgun set. 2 wide on the far side. Snap, 1-step drop, and getting some pressure, trying to get out of the pocket, and the ball is on the ground. They're going to say his knee was down before the ball was let go. But Gary Tomlin comes off of the edge and gets the sack on Borden. And that'll push the Trojans back to the original line of scrimmage. It is now 3rd and 10. The defensive line has been doing great at getting pressure on Borden tonight.
That's right. Not making it easy at all for this quarterback in the backfield. He has to be quick on his feet, think, and that's exactly what we want him. We want him in his head. We want him pressure all around. They've been doing a great job at just that.
Timeout is called. I believe it was called by, West Brunswick called a timeout with 2.5 minutes left to go in the first half. And this is, like we talked about earlier, this is exactly what you wanted to see as a Panther fan on the first night of the season, especially after what happened at Coastal. You know, this is a great start to the season.
That's right. Just keep riding this momentum, keep riding it, keep playing it out till this buzzer hits 0. It's been a great show so far leading up to halftime.
Indeed. And so let me get your prediction. Do we see starters to start the second half?
I don't think we do.
You don't think so? Go ahead.
I think we'll see Cam Long out there to start the second half there. Quarterback, maybe Tristan Green, Javier out there at running back, right in the backfield with him.
I could see it as well. Shotgun set, 2 wide on the far side. Snap, 3-step drop, stepping up into the pocket, trying to get away from the blitz, and getting taken down. Is able to, he just gets back to the line of scrimmage. A.J. Palmer, the nose tackle with the, I don't even know if you would count it as a sack. He technically got back to the line of scrimmage, so a half sack, I guess you could say.
That works. Go with that half sack.
Yeah. Either way, it gets the Trojans back to 4th down again with 2:15 left to go in the first half. And now the question is, does Mark Morris say, let's just stay on the gas pedal and score another touchdown before we go to the half?
I want to see it.
I want to see it too.
And I truly believe we will see it.
We'll have to wait to see. I mean, even if they go kind of conservative with how well they've been running the ball, you may score anyway.
That's right. And the way the pressure's been getting on this punt unit, we might be able to get a hand on this ball.
Yeah, they've come close a couple of times tonight. And again, gets close. It's a short kick, having to fall on it. Oh, no, actually, it gets past him. He got lucky that didn't touch him.
That's very true. If that would have grazed him, bounced off a limb or something.
Yeah, the Trojans would have been right there to pick it up, and it would have been Trojan ball. But
that's right.
Fortunately for Carolina Forest, it did not touch him at all. So the Panthers will start on offense at the 24-yard line.
And much like that last punt right there for West Brunswick, another great bounce.
Yeah. Shotgun set, 2 wide on either side. Mullen still out there. Snap, hands it off, trying to find a hole, but nowhere to go for Jaron Fox. And it'll be, he will get back to the line of scrimmage, so it'll be 2nd and 10. Minute 50 left to go in the first half. No rush for the Panthers. Looks like they'll be okay with taking the current lead to the half. But now they'll pass it, throwing it to the far side, and it's caught. First down and more for Carolina Forest. And that'll be another Tony McAfee State Farm Carolina Forest first down. Quavon Ward with another reception.
And he's having himself a great game there. Sneaky good game there at receiver.
And like we talked about earlier, he was a running back last season, so seeing him play well out in the flanks is a good sign for Carolina Forest. Shotgun set, 3 wide on the near side. Mullen has to roll out, throws it up into the air, and it'll be incomplete.
Ball goes out of bounds. Incomplete.
So that'll make it a 2nd and 10.
Looks like number 32, Javante.
Right, sort of rolling out to his right there, giving his man Raheem a 50-50 ball. See if he can come out with it and just tends more towards the sideline or anything.
Tried to get it to Raheem Frazier again.
We have the Panther marching band. So head on down, grab you some refreshment, and get on back to the stands to watch the show.
I'm honestly kind of shocked at how much they've been throwing the ball tonight thus far.
It's very true. It's been a good balance.
Yeah,
here.
it has been a very good balance. Shotgun set, 3 wide on the near side. They'll run speed option. Mullen will keep it himself, tries to find a lane, and the ball is on the ground.
Number 5, Patrick Mullen, still moving that ball.
And they will say the Panthers come up with it again.
Tackled by
and
66,
getting down.
Jerry Hart.
Actually got enough for another Tony McAfee State Farm Carolina Forest first down. Just short of midfield on the 49-yard line. Snap, rolling out to his right. Mullen looks to throw it, and it is completed on the sideline.
That's number 15.
This time,
Clay Ankowitz.
Clay Ankowitz with the catch. So it'll be 2nd and 4 from the 45-yard line of West Brunswick. Just under a minute left to go in the first half. Shotgun set, 2 wide on either side. Mullen takes the snap, play action pass, throws it to a wide open Ankowitz, and he gets hit. He gets rocked at the. Actually, that was Schubert who was the intended target, and he got absolutely rocked as he was trying to make that catch and was not able to hang on through the contact.
That's right. Running a little seam up the field there, turned. As soon as that ball got delivered, that safety was waiting over the top, and he was going 50 miles an hour right at him.
Shotgun set, 2 wide on either side. They'll hand it off to Fox. Fox tries to find a lane, but is only able to get a gain of about 7. That is enough for another Tony McAfee State Farm Carolina Forest first down. And with 35 seconds left to go in the half, they're down to West Brunswick's 38. They'll throw it again. Throws it to the sideline, but just out of reach. Just out of reach of Ankowitz. Second and 10, ball on the 38-yard line.
32 seconds left in the half.
Shotgun set, 2 wide on either side. Mullen takes a snap, 2-step drop, rolls out to his right and throws it down the middle of the field, and it's behind the receiver. Almost could have been intercepted, but luckily for the Panthers, it was not. Ankowitz, the intended target once again, and that'll bring up 3rd and 10 with just under half a minute left to go in the half.
That's right. Just a little bit of a sigh of relief here throughout the stadium. Just see that ball hit the ground.
Shotgun set, 3 wide on the far side this time. Mullen takes a snap, rolls out to his left this time, looking to the far side. It's completed to Ward, and he'll step out of bounds just short of the line to gain. And with 22.2 seconds left to go, it's 4th and 1 with the ball on the 30-yard line. And they're definitely going for it here. Let's not fool ourselves here. 4th and 1, shotgun set, 1 wide on the other side. Mullen takes a snap, hands it off to Livingston. Livingston gets the first down before getting taken down at the 26-yard line. And a timeout is called by the Panthers. They have one remaining with 17.6 seconds left to go in the half. I'm going to be intrigued. Well, I'm intrigued on a couple of things. One, what do you call here? Because you're certainly in scoring range. And two, if they, let's say they get a pass completed but don't get in the end zone, does Mark Morris actually go for a field goal?
That's a very interesting question. That's a question that probably hasn't been asked in a while.
Yes.
I would be interested. I want to know what this range is for this kicker. If he's in range, it would be very interesting to see. You're right, 17 seconds.
And only one timeout left.
That's right. This is definitely the word I would use to describe this spot is interesting.
Yes. So we'll see what Mark Morris calls coming out of the timeout. You have to imagine you have to either an outside run or a pass toward the end zone.
That's exactly. There's a lot of ways this could go. I think we're going to see a run here.
Shotgun set, 3 wide on the near side. Low snap. They're going to pass it. Throws it down the middle of the field. It's over the head of Frazier. They did exactly what I first thought they were going to do. Throw the slant route and try to get it into the end zone that way, but just overthrown. But luckily, the clock does stop. 13.7 seconds left. So you still have time to get another offensive play off, and even if it's caught, you have time to take the timeout. Shotgun set, 2 wide on either side. Throwing it toward the end zone, and it is incomplete.
Looks like the ball falls incomplete.
And
Broken up on a nice defensive
coming
play
up
by number 5,
a little gimp is Frazier.
Third down.
He'll walk over to the sideline. Looked like he probably just got the wind knocked out of him. But a good ball by Mullen, but just, I think, a little short.
That's right.
So now, 3rd and 10, 8 seconds left to go. Offense is still on the field. Shotgun set, 2 wide on either side. Snap, Mullen looks, stays in the pocket, throws it down the middle, and it's almost intercepted.
Incomplete.
Leaping up to try to make a spectacular catch was Kevon Griffin, but just could not quite hang on to it. And now with 2.9 seconds left to go, and it's 4th and 10 anyway, so this will definitely be the last play of the half. And yeah, no sign of Jan yet. Looks like the Panthers are going to go for it and try to get the touchdown to end the half, a very strong half on a high note.
Safe to assume you're going to see your 4th straight pass play here.
Oh,
Just
definitely.
Taking shots at the end zone here. I like it. I like the aggressive nature of it.
Shotgun set, 3 wide on the near side. Mullen takes a snap, play action pass, looks near side, looks down the middle of the field, and it's caught! Frazier with the reception, and he's able to take it into the end zone. Caught it at the 2-yard line. Oh, actually, that was Hayden Souls who made the catch on the slant route. Made the catch at the 2-yard line, and even with getting contacted, was able to get it past the goal line into the end zone for a touchdown.
I mean, that's just a great play there. You saw that 3 seconds left in the half, just throwing a beautiful ball there, getting right in the end zone, taking contact. And now we're going to see these young guys come in and start off the second half.
The extra point is good. And going into the half, it will be 34-0. Panthers leading it. And already they are within striking distance of that, at least the number 10 largest point spread, largest win in program history. They're within a touchdown of the 40 that they put, the plus 40 they put up against Loga Felgen back in 2011. So, yeah, I think we're going to see a top 10 highest win largest win tonight.
And that's exactly what you need to start off the season.
Absolutely. So we'll take a quick break and we'll come back in a little bit with some first half stats and analysis and get you ready for the second half here on the Carolina Forest Panther Football Network.
Switching is easy. We do it all the time. We switch on the lights. We switch TV channels. Some of us switch partners while square dancing. Well, that's a stretch. But what's not a stretch is how you can switch and save with State Farm. In fact, State Farm agent Tony McAfee, right here in Carolina Forest, can switch you over so you can start saving today. Tony and his team are ready to welcome you to the State Farm neighborhood. With Tony McAfee, it's easy to switch and save. Just give him a call. When you want the real deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Jennifer Mullen with Realty One Group Dockside is a 31-year resident with 18 years of experience representing both buyers and sellers. Jennifer has extensive knowledge of the Grand Strand real estate market and especially the Carolina Forest area. If you're ready to kick off your home search, contact Jennifer Mullen at yourcoastalrealtor.com. Again, that's Jennifer Mullen at www.yourcoastalrealtor.com.
Welcome back to Carolina Forest Panther football here on the Carolina Forest Panther Football Network. We are at halftime here at Panther Stadium as the Panthers lead West Brunswick 34-0. It's been an outstanding game thus far for the Panthers, and they will look to continue that in the second half. We'll get you a few stats in a moment, but first I will go around the region. Like we mentioned during the pregame. Actually, let's get some stats real quick now that Brogan has come back. Stats.
Yeah, we have seen 19 pass attempts in the first half.
Wow.
That's
I don't even know if I saw that many that many passes even back when Ethan Hamilton and Scott Saylor were throwing the ball.
I'm looking at that number just thinking 19?
Yeah.
Like, wow. Like, it's a good one that really sticks out to me Chris Livingston, 23 rush yards, 3 rushing touchdowns.
Well, I mean, like we talked about, he's that power back. He is the goal line man. He's like who was it back in the day in the NFL who was just like the exclusive like goal line back?
I would say first NFL player that comes to my mind, I think Eddie Lacy when I think Chris Livingston.
Yeah.
Another big one that jumps out to me, Jaron Fox on around 16 attempts for 80 yards.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's kind of, like we were talking about, that's that fire and ice combo where Fox is your speed back who's going to get you down to the goal line area, and then you give it off to Livingston to finish it off.
That's right. Then 4th down has been very clean. Only 2 4th down attempts. Converted them both there. 2 for 2 on 4th down.
Yeah, I mean, that's something that in the Mark Morris offense, unless you're way back in your own territory, he's not going to punt very often. Once the offense passes the 50-yard line, it's 4 down territory all the time. So, yeah, that's not surprising.
Both of those 4th downs have been within 1 or 2 yards.
Exactly.
Jaron Fox, Chris Livingston, punch right up the gut.
And any other stats, or was that all of the stats?
It's been another one that sticks to me. Quay, who we were talking about having a sneaky game here, 58 receiving yards through the air.
Yeah, I mean, well, like we were talking about earlier, he was a running back last year, but he's been showing out pretty well in the receiving game. I mean, a couple of those were on screen passes, so, it's not exactly having to catch a ball in traffic or anything. But still, being able to get those receiving yards after being a running back last year is still impressive.
Exactly. He's been flashing that. And he's been utilizing his experience as a running back, flashing his ability to be able to get upfield.
Yeah.
He's been very effective at that in the receiving game.
So going around the region, like we mentioned during the pregame, we have the Super Beach League now with all of the big Horry County schools playing in the same region now. Caroline Forest, Conway, Socastee, and St. James, they were in the region since last year, but you lose Sumter, you gain Myrtle Beach and North Myrtle Beach. And currently, Conway is at Wilson tonight, looking to see if I can find a score in that game. Nothing that I can find on that front, at least as of yet. For Myrtle Beach is facing Lake City at home tonight. They are still scoreless as of 6 minutes ago. Goose Creek is facing off against North Myrtle Beach in North Myrtle Beach. And in that game, as of 18 minutes ago, Goose Creek beating North Myrtle Beach 14-0. Kind of surprising there. I mean, North Myrtle Beach is kind of on a downswing right now, but, Goose Creek has been a decent team down in the Low Country, but nothing too crazy. The last time they faced an Horry County school was against Caroline Forest in the playoffs, and Caroline Forest has dominated Goose Creek the last few times they faced.
And that the matchup you named off that really shocks me is Myrtle Beach is scoreless.
Yeah, that is very surprising, especially against Lake City, who is a 3A team, or no, actually a 2A team. So it's basically equivalent in terms of size disparity between how Carolina Forest is playing against West Brunswick in terms of the region disparity, pretty much.
And that's what's interesting to me about that is the way, we obviously talked about the Jamboree, the Kickoff Classic. We got shut out against Loris. Myrtle Beach, on the other hand, had a very explosive performance there at that Kickoff Classic. So tables have sort of turned here come week 1.
Yeah, and then Socastee to round things out. Socastee is facing Wando, and the Braves scored 5 minutes ago to take the lead 7-6, or actually, well, they missed the PAT actually, so it's 7-6 Wando. So the only team at least, I mean, I couldn't find Conway, so I don't know what they're doing against Wilson, but the only team in Region 6-5A right now that's winning is Carolina Forest. So that's a good sign for the Panthers as we head towards the region season.
It's a really good sign, and we're commandingly at that.
Yes, and like I mentioned, you know, going into the season, Myrtle Beach was actually picked to be the favorite for the region, but Carolina Forest a close second, and it looks like Carolina Forest may be the favorite. And like you mentioned there with Myrtle Beach, you mentioned it before. Myrtle Beach, the broadcaster for Myrtle Beach was telling me during the Kickoff Classic that they were struggling against Loris as well in their scrimmage. So if Myrtle Beach is struggling that bad against Lake City, they may not be as good as a lot of people thought they were going to be coming into the season.
That Week 9 matchup against Myrtle Beach TV, by the time we get there, it'll be very interesting to see how everything would play out.
Exactly.
What the implications look like, how that's going to affect the playoffs.
Exactly. One other thing to mention as we're a little under 3 minutes before the start of the second half, one thing that I'm surprised we haven't seen tonight, we saw it a ton during the Kickoff Classic, but a note of a point of emphasis this season from the National Federation of High School Athletics, the NFHS, is that pants need to be under the knees. And we saw refs forcing players off the field a bunch during the Kickoff Classic, but we haven't seen it yet tonight, so maybe both coaches said, hey, you got to make sure you got to have the pants under the knees.
That's right. Oh, I can tell you, playing under Coach Morris, that does not fly.
No. Well, it did. That's the thing. It didn't fly even before the rule was rule was a point of emphasis. But now, especially, it's like, nope, you're not doing that.
That's right. Looks like both teams got some fear installed into them tonight when it comes to that rule.
Yeah. But so with a little over a minute and a half before the second half gets underway. Oh, one more thing before we get into thoughts for the second half. Go to the next level. Panthers have a good few players at the next level. One from last season, actually two from last season. Khalil Johnson did end up going to Murray State, and Philip McLean, who we knew at the end of the season was committed to Alabama State. He is there currently. Currently 9 former Panthers playing at the D1 level. 3 of those, Nate Schuessler, Eli Hillman, your brother, and Scott Saylor, all at Coastal. And then also have 2 at Wofford with David Leggett and Josh Harris. Philip McLean, like I mentioned, at Alabama State. Mason Garcia transferred from East Carolina, now at Austin Peay. Josh Murphy still at East Carolina. And like I mentioned, Khalil Johnson at Murray State. This week, on Thursday, Coastal travels to Jacksonville State. Murray State travels to Missouri. And Wofford travels to Gardner-Webb. For West Brunswick, they have 5 players at the next level. Javian McCray at Austin Peay. Carter Wyatt at Duke. William McRaney at East Tennessee State. Weston Sharp at Richmond. And from last year's team, Lyndon Clemens at William & Mary. He was committed to William & Mary by the time that, well, before the season even started last year. And so their Trojans, kind of surprising, even though they've been very poor on the field at the high school level the last couple of years, have sent a player to the Division I level each of the last 3 years.
That's
so
right.
that's crazy that even though they haven't been very good in terms of playing, in high school, they've been able to get to Division I programs. This week, William & Mary will host VMI. So we are just about set to get the second half underway. So predictions. First off, do we see starters?
I do not believe we see starters.
And then what happens in the second half? Do we hit the plus 40?
I believe we hit the plus 40. I believe we go further than 40.
Yes.
I think to start off, we're going to start off here on defense, but when that offense does take the field, I think we see Cam Long, I think we see Tristan Green in that backfield, and some other receivers, maybe some receivers that we were looking at during the scrimmage. Nixon Cone, junior receiver, very talented there in that slot. I believe we'll see him on the field as well.
Yeah, Nick Zaccone listed as the backup behind Raheem Frazier, so you'd have to imagine we'll probably see him out there in the second half as Tian Jan is setting the ball on the tee and getting things ready for the second half. Refs getting into position.
There's a lot of young guys on defense, too, that'll be very interesting to watch.
Yeah.
To put that second unit back on the defense, on the field for defense out there.
Long delay to get the second half underway. Not sure what the refs are waiting on, but now Jan will step back and get ready to kick it away.
Making us wait here, building up some anticipation.
Yeah. As the kick is up and the second half is underway now. Kick is fielded at the 5-yard line, trying to find a hole, but getting stood up at the 30-yard line is Griffin, and that's where the Trojans will start on offense.
It'll be interesting to see. We've talked so much about how Carolina Forest will come out in this second half. It'll be interesting to see also how West Brunswick attacks this second half.
Yeah. Shotgun set, 2 wide on the far side. Low snap, fumbled, and just falling on it is Stanley. A couple of times that there have been issues on the snap for West Brunswick. And Stanley just had to fall on it. Loss of 5 for West Brunswick, and it'll be 2nd and 15.
And you don't really notice how much of an implication a snap has on the play until it really messes up the play.
Yeah. Shotgun set, 2 wide on the far side. Snap, 1-step drop, throwing it to the far side. It is incomplete.
Ball takes a 1-hop bounce.
A very short pass. It
For number 10,
was supposed to be a short pass, but it underthrew his man.
Got it there. Just took a
Underthrew
bounce.
Hamrick, yeah. And that'll set up a 3rd and 15, and Panthers start the second half exactly where they finished the first. with a very strong defensive showing thus far. 3rd and 15, they'll hand it off, and Stanley will get stood up by a prowl of Panthers after a gain of 3. And that'll bring up a 4th and 12.
Number 35, Darius Huggins.
And yeah, they're gonna punt it away. Hamrick will come out to punt.
You can just add this to the countless amount of times West Brunswick's been punting behind their own even starting position.
Yeah, behind the original line of scrimmage. Snap. Oh, he got it. Oh, no, he didn't get to it. I thought I heard it hit a hand.
I wonder what that sound could have been, because I thought that was the ball as well.
Yeah.
I thought that thing was about to roll right into the end zone.
Yeah. But he was able to just barely get it off, and it will take a Trojan bounce and roll down to the 29-yard line, and that's where the Panthers will start on offense. And it looks like, yeah, it is. Yeah, it's Cameron Long out there. So
be very excited to see this showing.
So Long will come out to start this first possession of the second half. Shotgun set, 3 wide on the far side. High throw is incomplete to a wide open Cole. And again, yeah, like you mentioned it, Caden Cole out there, the backup slot receiver as well. So yeah, it looks like the second string guys are going to take it to the end of this game, barring something crazy happening.
And that one's tough. Gets his first touch on the ball as a varsity receiver. Just riddle off some nerves there. Just bounces right off the hands. He'll get it back.
Shotgun set, 3 wide on the near side. Long takes a snap, hands it off, trying to find a hole and getting some good yardage close to the first down marker. They will say he got just enough for the first down for the Tony McAfee State Farm Carolina Forest first down. And that was Jaron Fox on the carry.
First and 10 on the 40.
I think sometimes just with the way he's been playing, we tend to forget Fox is still a younger guy.
Yeah. Yeah, Jaron Fox, just a junior. So he'll have another year with the Panthers. Shotgun set, 2 wide on either side. They'll hand it off this time to Green. And like you mentioned, we'll see a little Tristan Green. Gets a gain of 3. And it'll be 2nd and 7.
Tristan Green is a very interesting player for me. He played safety last season, converted this offseason to running back, and he's been killing it.
Yeah, he's been doing very well on the few carries that he's had thus far. Shotgun set, 2 wide on either side. Snap, Long, 3-step drop, dumps it off to Livingston. Livingston tries to find a lane. And, oh no, actually that was Green again. And it'll be enough for another Tony McAfee State Farm Carolina Forest first down. Gets it into Trojan territory at the 48-yard line.
First and 10, balls on the 48.
Shotgun set, 2 wide on either side. Long takes the snap, hands it off, this time to Green again. He gets tripped up, but is able to tumble forward for a few extra yards. That'll be a gain of 7. Gets it down to the 41-yard line.
And again, talking about the switch with Tristan Green makes a ton of sense to me. He looks like a natural in that backfield.
And, I mean, that's what's going to – you know who we haven't seen yet? Well, maybe we saw him once with Xavier Higgins.
Yeah, he's not had too many appearances in this game tonight. We definitely see him coming up soon.
Shotgun set, 3 wide on the far side. Low snap, Long, 2-step drop, throws it to the far side, and it is caught. And that'll be enough for another Tony McAfee State Farm Carolina Forest first down. Clay Ankowitz makes the catch.
And it looks like another.
It'll be down to the 36-yard line now for the Panthers. 8 minutes left to go in the third quarter. Shotgun set, one wide on either side. Snap. This time they do hand it off to Higgins. He comes into the game. Javier Higgins gets a gain of 7. And it'll be 2nd and 3 now. Ball on the 30-yard line.
Ball's on the 29-yard line.
Well, I'll actually mark it down at the 29-yard line. Shotgun set, one wide on either side. Low snap, high throw is caught by Souls. Souls gets all the way through the defense into the end zone for the touchdown.
That's number 80, Nicholas Cincone.
Oh, actually, that was Cincone.
In for the score.
Number 80, Nicholas Zincone, who came in for Frazier, who made the catch on the slant route and just blew through the West Brunswick defense. And that'll push the lead up to 40. And the Panthers, as long as they don't give up any scores from West Brunswick, they are already in the top 10 largest victories in program history. The extra point is up and good, and that'll extend it up to 41. That pushes it up to the tied for the number 9 spot with a win, 47-6 win over Georgetown back in 2007.
Climbing these ranks.
Yep. So we'll take a quick break. Come right back. 7:22 left to go in the third quarter. Panthers up 41-0 here on the Carolina Forest Panther Football Network.
Switching is easy. We do it all the time. We switch on the lights. We switch TV channels. Some of us switch partners while square dancing. Well, that's a stretch. But what's not a stretch is how you can switch and save with State Farm. In fact, State Farm agent Tony McAfee, right here in Carolina Forest, can switch you over so you can start saving today. Tony and his team are ready to welcome you to the State Farm neighborhood. With Tony McAfee, it's easy to switch and save. Just give him a call. When you want the real deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Cameron Long, 4 for 5, 47 yards and a touchdown on his first drive as a varsity quarterback. Not too shabby.
No, I think you'll take that.
I'll take it. As that kick will be caught and returned up to the...
Pizza Hut, creating food and proud to serve and deliver. Fast
I didn't see where that kickoff, that Jennifer Mullen with Realty One Group dockside kickoff. I think it got up to the 35-yard line.
I think that one took a little unfortunate bounce to the sideline there.
Yeah. So the Trojans will start with the ball at their own 35-yard line.
I mean, that offensive performance we just saw there from the young guys, they put together a beautiful drive.
Oh, yeah.
That was wonderful to watch.
Josiah Boren comes out once again for the Trojans. Snap, hands it off, trying to find a hole, but nowhere to go for Stanley. And he will get a gain of 1, but that's it. As a couple of Panthers, Zeke Fowler, another second-string guy, comes in for the Panthers and gets that tackle.
And he's a very physical guy there in that linebacker spot, too. He'll come up and make some big hits. I would not be surprised if we see some guys go flying.
Second and 9, ball on the 36-yard line. Shotgun set, and whistles are blown. I think this is going to be a false start. And again, another drive where West Brunswick gets behind the sticks.
Yeah, it's just, I think, as good as our defense has been playing, they've been playing them very, very solid. They're also, they're not helping themselves.
No. A couple of false starts, a couple of holdings.
With 25 locations serving South Carolina since 1933.
Starting to seem like they're getting comfortable behind those sticks. They like it back there.
Throughout the PD, coastal and low country areas of South Carolina.
And I believe, West Brunswick called a timeout already with 6.5 minutes left to go in the third quarter. And at what point as the Trojans, do you basically just fly the white flag and say, okay, this one's over?
Can't think we're far from it.
If you're still hungry, make sure you head on pick you up a bow box.
You have to imagine that it's getting close.
Time is bow time, so fuel up your tailgater with a big bow box, and make sure you get on that Bojangles app. Just skip that line with a bow to go. You can't beat a bow box, folks, for just good eat.
So next week, the Panthers will travel out to Hartsville to face the Red Foxes. And we'll have all the coverage for you right here on the Carolina Forest Panther Football Network.
That'll be a very exciting road game.
Yes, it will be.
Panthers undefeated on the road last year.
Yes, they were. Shotgun set, too wide on the far side. Lofts it up, and it is caught! Wide open man running down the sideline, and that will be a touchdown for West Brunswick.
That's number 2, Kavan Griffin, down the sidelines.
Kavan Griffin with the catch and run for the touchdown. And that was the one Achilles heel. I mean, yes, these are the second string guys on defense, but that was the one Achilles heel for the Panthers defense during the scrimmage against Loris as well, was that deep ball.
That's right. It's often we saw that receiver just break coverage, get behind, find holes in coverage. We were a little worried about that coming into the night. It hasn't been a problem until now, but
yeah. And I mean, this game is so far out of hand that it doesn't really matter outside maybe for, getting into that top 10, but,
which that sort of stings a little bit.
Push
us off that list.
As the extra point is up and good, and now it is a 41-7 lead with 6 minutes, 23 seconds left to go in the third quarter. So we'll take a quick break, come right back with more Carolina Forest Panther football action.
Jennifer Mullen with Realty One Group Dockside is a 31-year resident with 18 years of experience representing both buyers and sellers. Jennifer has extensive knowledge of the Grand Strand real estate market and especially the Carolina Forest area. If you're ready to kick off your home search, contact Jennifer Mullen at yourcoastalrealtor.com. Again, that's Jennifer Mullen at www.yourcoastalrealtor.com.
Another Jennifer Mullen with Realty One Group Dockside kickoff. 6:23 left to go in the third quarter. Panthers trying to get back up into that top 10 on this drive. Currently leading 41-7. A 34-point advantage.
I got a sneaky feeling these young guys going to get us back on the board up here.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And a good kickoff return for the Panthers. They'll get down. Tristan Green on the return. Gets the Panthers all the way up to the 39-yard line of their own territory.
They were almost spoken into existence on the return there.
First and 10 for the Panthers.
First and 10 for Carolina Forest. Shotgun set. Too wide on either side. Long still out there. Takes a snap, hands it off. Trying to find a hole, but nowhere to go. Is able to push forward for a gain of maybe 4.
As number 32
is Javier Higgins. And now we are starting to see Higgins a little more.
So that was a great second effort there. Get some more yards on that.
Was able to actually get 5 on that carry after it looked like he was going nowhere. Shotgun set, too wide on the near side. Snap. They'll hand it off to Higgins again. Higgins tries to find a lane, gets a hole, and still on his feet, gets the first down and more, still on his feet. And finally, a phalanx of Trojans have to push him back, and didn't even really get him down, just held him up until the whistle was blown. And that'll be another Tony McAfee State Farm Carolina Forest first down. Brings it down to the 43-yard line of West Brunswick.
And that's exactly what you're getting with him in the backfield. He does not like to go down. That first tackle, good luck.
Shotgun set, 2 wide on the far side. Actually, they'll go one. Nope, they will go 2 wide on the far side. Snap, long, hands it off. This time it's Green, who's going to carry a couple of Trojans forward for a gain of 8. Gets it down to the 35-yard line. Just under 5 minutes left to go in the third quarter. 41-7, Panthers in the lead. Shotgun set, 2 wide on the far side. Long, takes a snap, speed option. This time he'll keep it himself. He'll get the first down and more. Tries to get through and will get taken down at the 18-yard line. That'll be another Tony McAfee State Farm Carolina Forest first down. And that's what you're going to see if you have Cameron Long out there. He's more of the scrambling type quarterback, and you're going to see those runs. Even though we didn't show it in the first drive, he showed his arm in the first drive.
That's exactly right, which, I mean, we'll take both.
Yeah.
Show off the arm first, show off the legs a second. Very good pocket presence, very great legs.
So it'll be 1st and 10. Ball on the 18-yard line. Shotgun set. 2 wide on the far side. Long takes the snap. He'll hand it off and trying to plow through, almost getting a first down. Higgins with another good carry. Gets a gain of 8. And it'll be 2nd and 2.
8 yards, looks like a 2nd and 2. Ball should be around the 10-yard line.
Shotgun set, 2 wide on the far side for the Panthers. Long takes a snap, hands it off again. This time it's Higgins finding a hole and just waltzing his way into the end zone for another Panther touchdown. And with 3:08 left to go in the third quarter, it's now 47-7. The extra point will push this lead up to 41 once again. And you were right. The young guys did it again.
There we go. And I think that's what makes this offense is so dangerous. I mean, you have 2 different sets of that fire and ice. You have it in Fox and Chris Livingston. Then you turn the page. You have it Javier Higgins, Tristan Green.
Yeah.
I mean, there's 2 different sets right there. You don't even have to stick with the first one.
Yeah, you can use all 4 backs as the extra point is up and good. And that will extend the lead out to 41. 48-7 with 3:08 left to go in the third quarter here on the Carolina Forest Panther Football Network.
Switching is easy. We do it all the time. We switch on the lights. We switch TV channels. Some of us switch partners while square dancing. Well, that's a stretch. But what's not a stretch is how you can switch and save with State Farm. In fact, State Farm agent Tony McAfee, right here in Carolina Forest, can switch you over so you can start saving today. Tony and his team are ready to welcome you to the State Farm neighborhood. With Tony McAfee, it's easy to switch and save. Just give him a call. When you want the real deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Panther defense looking to contain the Trojans this time around after giving up the first score for West Brunswick on the last offensive drive for West Brunswick, as the kick is up and it will be fielded at the 18-yard line, trying to find a lane. Still going, still on his feet, going down the far sideline before finally being wrangled down at the 44-yard line is Collis Miller. And again, the Trojans get good field position. They're going to actually mark him down at the 45-yard line.
They might not have done a lot of things right tonight, but they can hang their head high on this return unit.
Yeah, the return team has done a great job thus far.
Looks like they're spotting the ball at about the 45-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Trojans.
I think they've started every drive plus side of the 25 tonight.
So the Panthers, they did get a shutout last season, but they were not quite able to hold on to the shutout tonight.
To the 40-yard line. Or it'll be 1st and 10.
Like you mentioned earlier, West Brunswick's offense has scored on this defense. Not too shabby in recent years.
Yeah, in past years, this defense has done much better this season than they have in years past against West Brunswick.
I think this is definitely one of the best we have played, this West Brunswick team.
Defensively, yes.
Yes.
Offensively, they have put 70 up on West Brunswick in the past. So, not sure if they'll get quite to that level tonight.
It would be nice.
It would be nice.
It would be
yes.
nice.
And that ball was carried for no yards, so it'll be a 2nd and 10. 2.5 minutes left to go in the third quarter. Shotgun set, 2 wide on the far side. Snap. 1-step drop, getting pressure, almost losing the ball, and finally getting pulled down for the sack.
And this pressure in the backfield all night has just been electric.
A.J. Palmer again with the sack. He's been doing a great job getting in the backfield.
That's right, it's his 2nd sack on the night.
Back to the 47-yard line. It'll be 3rd down.
And that's what you like to see from your nose tackle, is being able to get off his block, get off the center very quickly, and get into the backfield.
Absolutely. There's a lot of power and a lot of strength with him in that nose tackle spot.
So that'll bring up a 3rd and 17.
Again, far buried behind those sticks.
I don't think there's been a single drive tonight that West Brunswick has not had a 2nd or 3rd and long.
I don't think we have seen that. They have been living behind those sticks.
Yeah, they've been living behind the line to game. And a timeout, another timeout is called by West Brunswick. I mean, at this point it doesn't matter, but using those timeouts this early in the half is not a good sign for them either moving forward.
That's true. And going back to your question, when are they going to start waving that flag? This might be an early sign of it.
Maybe so, yeah.
I've been there many times. It's great food and a great place to hang out. So make sure you go to Henry's Pub and support them.
Got the moving clock here in the second half too, so we should see this go by a lot quicker. So maybe those points, the offense might not get as many opportunities.
Oh yeah, it's 35. So 35 points. So yeah, you've got the running clock now. That ball rolling out to his right, making the throw is caught by Joseph Hamrick. And he will get enough for a first. Oh, no, actually, he won't get enough for a first down. With how far away they were, it was a gain of 10, but that just gets them up to the 30.
6 on the play. Looks like a 4th.
That'll just get them up to the 34-yard line, and it'll be a 4th and 4, and they're going to go for it. With where they are, not surprising that they went for it. And Josiah Boren takes it himself and is able to get the first down.
It's a good pull on that read option there. Running back got cracked immediately, noticed it, and just took it up right off the left side gut for a first down.
I finally learned how to properly do that in college football 25 now.
Oh, there you go.
I'm actually starting to get better.
Switching up the settings on you after 10 years.
Yeah.
Takes a little getting used to.
Thanks a lot, EA Sports.
They don't want that read option to succeed. They don't. A lot of getting used
and,
to.
they'll end the third quarter So we'll head to the final quarter tonight with the Panthers leading by 41, 48-7. We'll take a quick break and come right back for the fourth quarter here on the Carolina Forest Panther Football Network.
Jennifer Mullen with Realty One Group Dockside is a 31-year resident with 18 years of experience representing both buyers and sellers. Jennifer has extensive knowledge of the Graham Strand real estate market and especially the Carolina Forest area. If you're ready to kick off your home search, contact Jennifer Mullen at yourcoastalrealtor.com. Again, that's Jennifer Mullen at www.yourcoastalrealtor.com.
Welcome back as we head to the final quarter tonight in the first game of the 2024 Carolina Forest Panther football season. And the Panthers have started the season off in dominant fashion thus far. 48-7, Panthers leading it, but the Trojans are driving a little bit. A handoff, trying to get through the blocker, but getting taken down after a gain of 6 is Stanley.
Stanley on the carry. Tackled by number 36, Braden Matthews.
And something coming up we haven't seen all night. About to see this red zone defense here for the Panthers.
Yeah.
Ball's on the 23-yard line. Second down.
Shotgun set, 2 wide on the near side. They'll hand it off to Stanley again. This time he gets a bit of a lane and is able to get a first down.
That's number 20, Stanley,
before getting taken down just past the line to gain at the 16-yard line.
Here we go in the red zone.
Yep.
Looks to be enough for a first down for the Trojans. The ball is on the 15-yard line, maybe 16-yard line. First and 10.
Shotgun set, 2 wide on the far side. Snap, hands it off again, trying to find the hole is Stanley, and he'll be able to get 6.
Stanley on the carry again. Tackled by number 30, Roman Fisher, and number 7.
Late into that third quarter up to now, West Florence has found a little bit of footing against his second string defense.
I think the reason for that is because West Brunswick still has their first string guys out there. So it's first string against second string. Not really surprising that West Brunswick is going to move the ball a little better now, but still a very good performance tonight for the Panthers. Shotgun set, 2 wide on the near side. This time, keeping it himself is Borden, and he'll get the first down and more. Tries to push himself into the end zone, but will be held up just short at the 1-yard line, and it'll be first and goal.
That was a great effort there, creeping towards the goal line. Just put his head down, run, dominant run, try to get there, try to break that goal line, just end up just short.
Ball's down to about the 1-yard line. Third down.
And now the Panthers have to get a goal line stand here. Shotgun set, 2 wide on the near side. They'll hand it off this time and trying to push forward. Looked like that was a bit of a tush push there by Borden on Stanley, getting him in past the goal line into the end zone.
And if you watch any of the NFL last season, you're all too familiar with that.
Yeah.
Take a page out of the Eagles book right there.
Exactly. So with 9:18 left to go in the game, the extra point will cut the lead down to 34. High snap. It goes over the holder's head, and now trying to just do something with it, throwing it away, is Hamrick.
Looks like a high snap.
And Panthers are able to avoid the extra point, so that helps them a little bit if they want to get scoring again and get back into that top 10 range.
That's right.
That's the real question now in this game is going to be will this game crack that top 10 biggest wins in program history?
And I think they might have heard us talking because they only started scoring once we cracked the top 10 list.
I know.
Make sure you head and get you some Pepsi-Cola. Celebrating 125 years.
Their goal for the night now is just not let us crack that list.
Exactly. The goal they're playing to make sure that they don't get added onto that top 10 list.
See here if that offense wants to go put us right back on that list.
Yep. With just under 9 minutes left to go in the game.
Make sure you call for a ride. If you got dropped off at the stadium, make sure you call for your ride. The stadium will be closing after the game, so have somebody here to pick you.
This will be another Jennifer Mullen with Realty One Group Dockside kickoff.
Seen a lot of them tonight.
Yes. That's what happens when there's a lot of scoring. The kick is up, and it will be fielded at the 17-yard line, finding a hole and getting a good run before finally being knocked down by a phalanx of Trojans at the 46-yard line.
As number 24.
And
Tristan
Green getting into the kickoff action, too, and having a good kick return there. There is a flag, however.
No, we had some compliments for that West Brunswick return team. Our return teams played just as well.
Waiting to see what the penalty call is. Face mask, so that's going to push the Panthers up even further. That'll push the Panthers into Trojan territory to start the drive on the Trojan 49-yard line. Shotgun set, 3 wide on the far side for Long. Cameron Long takes the snap. Screen pass, high pass is caught, but nowhere to go. And he'll just get back to the line of scrimmage. That was number 14, Zhao Rishi, making the catch.
Very speedy inside guy.
Getting the third string guys in there now. Shotgun set, 3 wide on the near side. Long takes the snap, looked for the screen pass, but now takes it down, and he'll take it himself, but gets knocked out of bounds. I believe he's going to be just short of the line of scrimmage, a loss of 1, and that'll make it 3rd and 11. And now, like you mentioned, this West Brunswick defense really trying to say, hey, we're not letting you put us in your record books this season.
They don't want to be there. They do not want to be there.
So it'll be 3rd and 11. Ball on the Carolina Forest 49-yard line now. Shotgun set, 3 wide on the near side. Snap by Long. They'll hand it off and nowhere to go for Green. He'll get a gain of 2. And now, for the first time tonight, we may actually see a punt.
This will be interesting.
And it's 4th down, 4th and 10.
Cameron Long is still out there. I don't know if he would. I know Mark Morris usually has the quarterback punt it, but I don't know if he would do the punting or not. Looks like they're going to go for it. 4th and 9 from the 50. Snap, they're going to go for it. Rolling out to his right, looking. Cameron Long has nowhere to go, still on his feet. Now he pulls it down, but gets absolutely walloped at the 49-yard line after a gain of 1, and that will be a turnover on downs for Carolina Forest. And with 4:53 and a running clock to boot, this game may not end up going into the record books tonight.
It has looked like West Brunswick, they turned up a little late. They, like you said, trying to avoid being on those record books. It certainly seems like it.
So 4.5 minutes left to go in the game. We have a running clock due to the score being over 35, a 35-point margin. So, I mean, depending on what the Trojans do here, the Panthers may not get another offensive possession.
It's very realistic. They just run the ball, run this clock out.
Yeah. Because at this point, I'm assuming that the Trojans have basically waved the white flag at this point.
You would assume so.
And the clock finally stopped for some reason. I'm not sure exactly why, but I think the ref might have called for it to stop. Oh, they were switching balls. That's why. 4 minutes left to go in this one. 48-13, Panthers in the lead. Shotgun set, 2 wide on the near side. Stepping up into the pocket and running. Wide open field in front of him. Still on his feet before being pushed out of bounds around the 20-yard line is Borden.
And he better give his running back a big thank you. He had a man rushing, free rush. Running back sensed it, picked it up for him. He would have gotten smacked in the backfield there. Instead, turned into a big gain on that rush there.
And they'll say he went out of bounds at the 23-yard line, so it'll be 1st and 10. And, yeah, especially now after that, especially if they score here, this game is definitely not going in the record book. Phil handed off to Stanley, and he'll get a gain of 2.
Which, that's very interesting. Looking at this list, I was expecting to see him on here from the past couple of years.
Well, the only reason why they're not on there for the biggest wins is because the defense has played so poorly against West Brunswick in past years.
That's right. They've done just
enough.
The
offense has done well. I mean, they tied the record for most points scored in a game with 70 in their first season, but the defense just gave up a lot of points as well. As another handoff to Stanley, and this time he'll get held up by, oh no, that is actually Javonta Daniels with his first carry of the day. And he'll get stood up by a pile of Panthers after a gain of 4. And it'll be 3rd and 2 with 2.5 left to go in the game. Yeah, this game isn't going on the record books. I'm just calling it right now.
Came so close.
So close, yet so far. Snap, hands it off to Daniels again. And he'll get stood up after a gain of a couple. And that'll be just enough for a Trojan first down.
Yeah, they've come close, but they've done enough to evade being on this list.
Yep. Down to under 2 minutes now. 1st and 10, ball on the 13-yard line. Shotgun set, 2 wide on the far side. Snap, hands it off to Daniels, and he tries to find a lane. Still going, still on his feet, and now plows forward for a gain of...
Number 32, Javonta Daniels.
They'll say he got 5.
Tackled by number 63, Marcus Myers. Flag on the play.
And there is a flag, so we'll wait on that call. It will be a holding. Oh, it'll be a holding on West Brunswick, so that'll push them. Wait, they didn't move them back though. The ref pointed towards West Brunswick, and it's fumbled. Oh no, it was a pass and it was blocked, so it'll be an incomplete pass.
Talk about that pressure they got back there. Gave me a little A little excited there.
I thought that was a live ball and it was going to be taken back to the house.
Which I think that would have pushed it on the list.
Oh, it would have, yes.
That would have been a way to get on the list.
That would have been quite the way to get on the list. They'll hand it off, and Stanley will be held just short. Daniels, will be held just short of the end zone. And a timeout is called by West Brunswick. They'll try to score here before the game ends. 37.3 seconds left to go in the game. So they'll try to get at least one more play off to try to get some more points on the board. Yeah, this game is not going on the record books after it looked like it was basically a shoe-in at the end of the half.
It was. We thought for sure. We thought we had one ready to go. We thought we were going to see.
Yeah, we thought it was going to keep on going up and up and up, but West Brunswick. I mean, a big part of it is the fact that the second string guys are out for the Panthers, right, throughout the second half. But still, you thought they would be dominant enough. That they'd be dominant enough in this game that they would have gotten it.
Definitely a lot of great takeaways for the Panthers, though, coming off this game. Going to ride this momentum.
Yeah, definitely a good start to the season and something to hang your hat on and use as momentum for next week.
Going to have to ride that momentum wave all the way to Hartsville next week.
Yep. I think it is our longest road trip because I think Hartsville is a little further than Ashley Ridge. Luckily, this year we don't have to make too many long trips this year with the Super Beach League. Those are the only two road trips outside of Horry County that we have to go on this season.
Which is good because if Sumter was still in this region, that would have been
a road game this season. Yeah. As that ball will be handed off and a touchdown for West Brunswick.
Make it look a little better on their social medias. A little more manageable.
That was number 1, Josiah Bork.
Josiah Boren kept himself on that carry. And that will cut the deficit down to 29. The extra point is up and good.
The point after by number 2.
So it's 48-20 with 31.8 seconds left to go in the game. And now even if you took a kick six back, it wouldn't matter anyway.
Nope, they did a good job erasing themselves from that list. Any contention too.
Yeah.
Which I think so funny about this. We had a missed extra point earlier. If we would have made it, same exact score from last season.
Yep.
Took them 49-20 last season. Looks to be 48-20 this season.
Yeah, very, very interesting that these games, and I think it actually happened in a similar fashion last year, if I remember correctly, where the Panthers got out to a commanding lead in the first half. I think Preston and I were having the same conversation as you and I were having of, is this game going to be one of the biggest blowouts? And then the second string guys come in the second half, and it becomes a little more manageable.
It's very interesting. Almost just similar fashion as last
almost
season.
Identical games between last year and this year for the Panthers.
That's weird. You don't see that often.
No.
It's weird.
And this will be the Panthers' 10th straight. All right, this will be the 10th straight season that the Panthers have won their season opener. The only time Mark Morris has not won a season opener in his tenure with the Panthers was his first season back in 2014. And this will also be Mark Morris's 70th win as Panthers head coach.
It's well-deserved.
Yes.
It's consistency. 10 straight seasons home, like with the opener as a win, that in itself is a big win.
Starting off strong for the past decade.
It's hard to beat that.
Indeed. The kickoff, Jennifer Mullen with Realty One Group Dockside kickoff is up, and it's fielded and taken back, almost getting through, but finally a phalanx of Trojans takes him down, and that will do it. The final score, 48-20. Panthers win the season opener here at Panther Stadium and go 1-0. West Brunswick start off the season 0-1. And like I mentioned earlier, next week we will be traveling out to Hartsville. Panthers will face the Red Foxes on the road. And we'll have all the coverage for you here on the Carolina Forest Panther Football Network. Any final words, Brogan?
Ride this momentum high to next week. Ride it all the way to Hartsville.
Absolutely. So another great start to another great season. The 2024 season is underway with the Panthers winning 48-20 at home. For Brogan Hillman, I'm Brandon Biskobing saying so long. We'll talk to you guys next week. Once again, final score, 48-20. Panthers start the season off strong at home. So long, everyone.